you have to be crazy to do something extraordinary. You have to be exceptional to step outside the box in a world that where people feel so comfortable and safe in the box and are willing to die in the fucking box. The box is comfortable because it's a death trap. Alright, new episode of Stays on the best bigger every day, every episode. We're gonna find new ways to keep moving forward. To get the community to be larger and larger and larger. Today's episode is about can't heal what you keep avoiding. Time doesn't heal the pain you never reveal. When we deny our stories, they define us. When we own our stories, we can write a brave new ending. Avoidance feels safe. Shoot. Most people don't even know they're avoiding something. Most people have no idea, no awareness whatsoever. They just say I'm tired, or they just don't feel like talking or moving forward. So they fill up every quiet moments with noise. I find that's just so disturbing because people that can't sit with their own thoughts, like, it's a bit scary because how do you even know what's going on with you? When do you ever even carry out your self-inventory to see how you're feeling, or what's going on in your mind, or what you're planning, or what's next for you? How do you even make strategic moves if you're afraid to think? Avoidance doesn't look like fear. It looks like overworking. It looks like scrolling through apps all day. It looks like partying. It looks like acting unbothered, convincing yourself you're past it, that delusion that you need to keep your ego in check. Even when you know you're not past anything that's happened to you so far. You just bury it deep enough to forget it is still breathing. You can't outwork your past. You can't run from your past. You can't outrun your past. You can't avoid it. Somehow along the way, it's going to meet you on your journey all over again. So the work you try to skip over is always going to be in front of you in a new form, at a new level. It will always be the block that you have to face, and you must work through it to move away from it. And there's a thing where you watch some people, I can't remember her name, but she has a real estate empire. She talks, and she's the Darium CEO, I believe. And he asked her, like, part of her story was her ex-boyfriend at the time who owned the real estate company. When they broke up, he told her that she would never be anything without him. And she took that personally to make sure she created a name for herself. And she did that. She kept that energy. She kept the work going. She kept what he said as a way to motivate her, even when she was frustrated or she was tired or she didn't feel like working. And she built an empire because of those words. And Stephen asked her, at any point, are you going to change that by yourself? And her fear, when she spoke, her fear was, if she heals from that, what if she's no longer motivated to go out and get more? That was an interesting take, because like I definitely understand that, but the other side of what she's trying to see is, what if healing from that helps you attract even more to yourself? But she doesn't want to take that risk. I mean, that was years ago, so I don't know if that's still true today for her, but I just found that interesting. That people think they can fix their pain through success by proving something, by becoming a version of themselves that they just can't ignore. But the pain doesn't disappear. It just stays with you. Even if you get to a certain level, it always stays with you, and it changes your perspective and how you see the world. So you end up becoming jaded in certain ways. It shows up in how you treat people. It shows up in the little ways. It shows on how you never let anyone get too close to you and how you panic when things get too good. Oh shit, am I attacking myself right now? What the fuck? What's the fuck? This feels personal, man. What you always avoid always finds a way out. In silence, in rage, in relationships, and how you sabotage them from the start. Avoidance doesn't protect you. It delays you. It delays the joy you're meant to receive. It delays the peace you're meant to receive. It delays the next version of you who's actually free. The perfect version of yourself that you aim towards every day. It delays you achieving that, making that, becoming that, and for that version to become a reality. It delays all of that. The healing starts when you admit that you're not okay. It starts when you admit that you're hurt. You don't need a therapist to start healing. You just need to stop lying to yourself. The lies we tell ourselves is crazy because not only can we lie to ourselves, we can build a whole backstory on why this lie is necessary, and we believe the lie long enough for it to become our truth. That's the but I hate when people say like, "Yo, my truth." Like, your truth is not the truth. Your truth is just your truth, and you can make out your truth to be anything you want it to be. You can find many different ways in your life when you've been a victim to justify your behavior today, but you miss out the other side where you've also been the aggressor in certain situations, and I sound like a hypocrite this whole episode. To anyone I've offended in any way, listen to this and I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, fuck for life. I do sound like a hypocrite because I definitely have these problems sometimes of where you're actually avoiding something and you try to push people away because you don't want them getting too close, because you don't want to really heal from certain things. So I definitely get that. It keeps a certain level of anger that you need to get through the world, and like ruthlessness that you need to survive the world. But it's definitely not healthy. Because you want to feel safe in your own mind. You want to feel safe in the world in some type of way. Even there's lots of evil in this world that, you may contribute to. I know a few of you out there that definitely contribute to some evil out here. But like, sometimes it's just, you just have to protect yourself, I guess. But the steps you take to protect yourself, at what point is this enough? At what point are you just harming yourself, So we start to think that strength means pretending. But it's not about being unaffected by life. It's not about being pretending like everything's always okay. It's about being honest and still showing up, even in the worst and worst of situations. You can cry and still be strong. You can pause and still be powerful. You can tell the world and yourself that you're not okay and still be respected. It doesn't change anything. It's a real story. It's a real story that real ones connect to. It's a real story that real ones relate to because they go through the same things every day. We're so much alike, and yes, we're so far away from each other at the same time. So we go through experiences that we think, experiences that are unique to us. But we think we're the only ones that are going through that in a certain moment because we've gotten past the point where we have the community and we share things with one another and we're there for one another. So it leads to the point where people are free to speak about what they are going through internally because they're afraid of being judged and they feel like they're alone in this world. And it's like, no, like the fucked up part is you can have a fucking best friend that's fucking going through it and dying while going through it, and you speak to them, you see them every day, and no one sees anything to each other, and you're both going through the same shit. So whereas if you need some love, man, find someone to just speak to and be open to, because you never actually know. You never know what the next person is going to, and you never know just how that person can help you feel better and give you the clarity and space you need internally to do the necessary thing to move forward. Because sometimes all you need is for someone to understand you, never an advice, just an understanding that that lets you know that you're no fucking crazy, you know? Real ones connect with real stories. Never forget that. You don't need closure to move on. You don't need an apology from anyone. I'm not giving any apologies to anyone either, man. Fuck you. You don't need to wait for people to change for you to feel good. You don't need a clean ending. You need everyone to like you. I never understood why people need everyone to like them. There's a beauty in people not liking you and you knowing that people don't like you. No, not everyone, but there's a beauty in it of knowing people don't like you and people don't wish you well. I enjoy that feeling. I enjoy that feeling a lot more than support, funny enough. But the support is healthier for me. So it's like a weird balance. Every once in a while, I have to go make some trouble to find someone that doesn't like me or just do something to make someone that doesn't like me. Just so I can remember that, oh yeah, this world is not filled with just roses and chocolate, man. The people out here that actually don't wish me the best, you know. The healing you need doesn't need permission. It starts with you, it ends with you. You're allowed to move forward without anything being tied back to your past. The ending of a situation you need could be messy, it can be chaotic, but it just needs to end. I need to let it be yours. Just let it move on. Let it do what it needs to do. Whatever the situation is, who cares? Like the goal is that you feel good. The goal is that you're done with that part of your life and you're opening the door and the portal to something completely new, something so beautiful. You know, that's always the goal. So fuck how it ends. Fuck how others may feel respectfully, but they just don't matter when it's your story. You know, be considerate as much as you can, but you can't let another person's feelings stop you from living the life you want. Like, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. You can read all the fucking quotes and all the books, all the healing. Oh my god, I fucking hate when women post the healing captions after a breakup or oh man, you know, if you're a guy, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. That shit is retarded. And it's always the worst babes, by the way, that post that the healing captions on Instagram. Like it's always the most toxic, terrible, sick, delusional women that post on Instagram talking about my peace, my value, my time. Yo, that shit kills me. That's always how I know a girl has ended things with her man, or like when I start seeing quotes like that, I don't let anyone ever tell you what your value is. All that shit, all the Drake songs as well. Like that's always how I know like a girl's single now. The road to healing is extremely uncomfortable. There's lots of discomforts on the path because you have to confront a lot about yourself. And it's like a forward branding because you're making yourself out to be a whole new individual, a whole new interest, a new sets of morals as well. So it's a massive shock for the people who have known you for a long time. But like you can change who you are every day, and no one can tell you shit. It's your fucking life. Like there are no rules to this. There are over 8 billion people on the planet. You can find a whole new circle, bro. Like, you don't need to stick to the same people all the time. Like, if you can, that's great, but you don't have to. Like, you can start all over again and again and again and again, and that's just what it is. Now, if you can't keep a friend, it's something questionable about you, but you can start all over again if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. Or I always like to think of like what the best version of myself is doing, what I see for the best version of myself, and I use that as a north star for myself to tell my present day self what I need to do as well. So I visualize what that version is, and I visualize what the steps I would have to take to become that. And I just do it in my everyday life because the moment you decide that that's what you are, that's what you are. And then the more you do that, the more you attract them to yourself because you start to go after the things that you see. And now it just becomes who you are as a person because it's your vision and no one can tell you what that vision of yourself is. It's just your vision. Now it's going to be extremely frustrating. It's going to be very tiring. It's going to make you feel like you want to kill yourself at times trying to make that real. But it's It's very similar to birth, to childbirth. I mean, when you're trying to create something new that has never been seen before, it starts off great, lots of congratulations and excitement, then it starts to get real when no one is around you. It starts to get very uncomfortable. And right before it gets better, it feels like it's getting worse. But that's when the life is being born. That's when the life is a real thing now that you can hold and you can see. And then from that point on, it's about how you grow this and how you get better and what else you see for yourself. So I liken it to that because that's how uncomfortable and painful this is. But it's a beautiful thing when you can create something you only see in your mind. You're the only person that sees that. It's just you. No one else has ever done what you've done. No one else has done it like you have done it. It's just you alone creating through the mess. And you're the only person that knows what it required from you to create this. So you understand this much better than anyone else can. But other people who have created something as well, who have to go through that labor and the pain and the uncomfortable parts of it, understand that like it almost kills you trying to create something. And yes, once you're done, it feels like you've added more to yourself because now you have a billion more things you want to do. And now the crazy part is that you go through the same process all over again. You have to be crazy to do something extraordinary. You have to be exceptional to step outside the box in a world where people feel so comfortable and safe in the box and are willing to die in the fucking box. And the box wasn't made by God, because I know that's the delusional part again of religion, where we like to believe that's what God wanted. No, it was created by people. This was created by people, and you have to make a choice to be uncomfortable outside the box, to be in the fucking cold, maybe even homeless, working 5 jobs to try to create your dream. All of those things, years and years of silence and pain and confusion, and a lot of talk about who you are as a person and what people gossiping about you, treating you like your shit. It could be years and years of all of that, but at some point, you create a whole field, a whole garden, a whole fucking forest for yourself as all yours. And some people may have been watching all along, but no one really understands what was required from you to get all of that. The box is comfortable because it's a death trap. If you see fraud and do not say fraud, you are a fraud. At some point, the real you has to show up. If you have any sense of greatness in you, if you have any inclination to be better, at some point the real you has to show up and not the fake version of yourself you present to others. That's where the real freedom starts. When you can comfortably say, fuck you to the people that don't matter. Living your life according to the views of people that will one day disappear as well and become dust again like we all are. It's crazy. We all have this bubble over our minds where we think the opinions of people is the whole world. Like, 8 billion people on this planet, bro. Also, 8 billion people. How many people do you actually think are going to do something actually important? And where do you think you're going to head? What do you if we divided the section into 2, right? With people who do something great and important than others, how many people do you think would be on the side of people that don't do shit? That's going to be most of the world today. And that has been most of the world throughout the history of humans. If that's a side you want to be on, it's a comfortable side, it's a safe side, cool, like that's fine. But if you want to be on the other side, but you're making decisions like you're on the side of the majority that do nothing, then you have to get real with yourself. that's all the episode is about, man. It's all for the real ones, the real stories. And never forget, as a Jay-Z line, by the way, time doesn't heal the pain you never reveal.